Any injuries?
Hello, sir. Can I have room up there, you reckon?
There might be, but if you don't move too much.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Maybe better this side because the cables. No, stay on this side on the left.
Yep. Okay.
Stay on the left because the cables are here and all that. So yeah, use the chair to get up. Just connect it. There's not much room there. No much room. What we can do is we can move. Move a little bit this part. Right with you?
All good.
I was thinking, are you coming or not?
Yeah, I was actually over there. I thought it would be near the bar, the main pitch.
Yeah,
but then I saw the scaffolding was in the middle as well, so I thought I was going to set
Then
up
you must
there.
have seen me.
Yeah, then I did the team sheet and I looked up and I was like, where's the scaffolding gone?
This side, because the sun is behind me.
Yeah,
and the other side the sun gets into the camera.
And we'll get a bit of shade as well.
Shade later on. And so the camera is this wide. It's much better. Long enough. That was enough.
Yeah.
Audio testing for commentator. Audio testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Of the rainbow. No one's ever played this one. This one went down. You know my name. If you want to complain, I'm not. Sunday afternoon at Belgium, I don't give a shit.
Carlo?
Yeah, I know. I like the insurance anyway, so I hope they do a good job.
I think I'm still breaking it anyway. Excuse me, gentlemen. Just wondering if you could let me know, popping hooks out this week? Yep. No, yeah, I'm asking why, just so I can say. Hamstring was it, last week? Yep.
Sam Kerr's in.
Sorry? She's the in, is she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they must have spelt it wrongly. Yeah.
Not ideal.
We do our best.
Not
We
ideal.
do our best with what we're given every week.
Well, so we can, no one said it's going to be a glamour job. No, I thought it's going to be.
Yeah.
Well, bullshit is going to be.
Yeah.
It depends which venue you are.
Yeah.
That's all about it.
Yeah.
It seems to get all the crappy ones.
That was Melville.
Like you're saying, that's become
What is icy cordula? I'm an egg and bacon hash brown.
They're doing the ball side too.
There is.
Oh, I think it's the one.
Can we pick it up?
We have asked a couple of times.
This is the bit of the track. Big track.
Well,
This is the line you come on.
Sorry, Mike. Rep. Would you mind move it little bit on the right? Little bit on the right. Little bit more. So there's more room here. That's it. Yeah, that's fine. Thanks.
Thank you.
More room here for us. That's the maximum I can do.
We're on here, but I suppose I'm
Yeah, alright, come on. We play against 11 then.
dead in 30 seconds.
Josh will be here. But depends on some ground where they have the technically the other end, like Forest Field.
I'll put this over that side, shall I?
Otherwise, no one can see.
Thank you, Redbacks, for it, please. Thank you. Thanks for coming as well, guys.
No. Just wait for them, they'll line up.
Yeah. Welcome, one and all, wherever you're watching, to Celebration Park in Balga. 14 NPLW WA fixture, a top of the table clash between the league leaders, our visitors today, Murdoch University, Melville, and our hosts in hot pursuit, just 2 points behind, with a game in hand, the Northern Redbacks. A game which could have huge ramifications in the title race the last time these two sides met. It was the Northern Redbacks running out the victors by 3-1 down at the University. Today, the visitors will be looking to get their revenge and to put a little gap between themselves and their hosts today. Just the 2 points, as I mentioned, and the Redbacks with that game in hand, so a huge chance for them to go a point clear on top. Still with a game to play, obviously, this season. A little bit bothered by the COVID lockdowns here and there. No one has played their round 3 fixture. Murdoch's against Perth and the Redbacks against Balcatta, both postponed. While Murdoch's round 13 fixture was the only round to go ahead last week. A 7-0 win against Curtin. They'll be looking to continue that good form into this game. Of course, large swathes of goals are not something that Murdoch University, Melville are strangers to. They tend to score in 5s and 6s and 7s when they're on form. Just a spattering of losses so far this season has cost them, may yet cost them the title, but we will see what happens today. Stephen Knight blows his whistle for the second time to get us started. And the Redbacks kick us off. They will be attacking to the left of your screen in their red shirt and black shorts. The visitors, the University, in their white shirt with the blue trim and blue shorts. They'll be attacking the right of screen. I'm Sean Fry. I'll be calling the action for you today. As Baxter Thew starting at centre half for the league leaders. Passes it back to her keeper, Danelle Cornish. Back to Baxter Thew, who drops the shoulder, comes inside in the end. Schubert had to step up and clear that. Long in the direction of Ellie Lamont, hat-trick hero from last week. She couldn't make it stick, and the Redbacks will go the other way. Stopped by a tackle there from Sadie Lawrence, who also picked up a couple of goals last week. Katarina Jukic short of her usual standard with just the 1 goal last week. Obviously the game plan's pretty simple for the hosts here. If you can keep Jukic quiet, keep Lamont quiet, you've got a good chance of winning the game. Of course, that is a lot easier said than done as that long ball goes forward in the direction of Tia Stonehill. Kim Carroll makes a mistake there at the back and lets Stonehill collect, and she drops it to Betty, drops it back to Schubert. Lahane, the one inclusion into this Murdoch side, replacing Poppy Hooks, who pulled a hamstring in that 7-0 win against Curtin. Best wishes for her for a speedy recovery as that one headed away by Emily Dunn out in the near side. Grace Betty looking to get a ball in. She does so over the head of the keeper and, well, cleared over the crossbar, and I'm not sure if that's what they were intending at the back post, but by hook or by crook, they've survived an early scare there, the Redbacks. It will be the first corner of the day, though. Nice shady corner there of Celebration Park. Redbacks just leaving the one up. Larissa Walsh being marshalled by a couple of white shirts. Tia Stonehill to take the set piece. Away swing up by Stonehill. Scuffed along the ground, and here is Larissa Walsh. The one up for the Redbacks. She'll have to wait for a bit of support. She does come inside now to Olivia Wood, who cops a shoulder in the back and goes down and wins her side a free kick. Kim Carroll will come forward to take a set piece right on halfway. It will be clipped down the line by Kim Carroll. Done. Lofts one over the head of Olivia Wood. It sits for the skipper, Sean Billham. Her first real bit of involvement for today is to clip the ball over to the run of Georgia Cooley. Cleared by Talia Organ. Redbacks throw. The throw in, looking for Ridley. Eventually comes out to Dunn. Back to Carroll. Coleman there, unable to find the pass. Little 1-2 between Stonehill and Ukic. Didn't quite come off. Ball with you now. Down the left wing. Ellie Lamont had come short, so the Redbacks can mop up there. Here's Maya Didrikson. Wearing the gloves today for the home side. Looking long down the line for Ridley, a little short. And now Murdoch looking to just pin back the hosts. Rosie Lahane comes back to Schubert. They start another attack. Good bit of passing football there from the league leaders. Just couldn't quite find the final pass. Couldn't get it to stick anyway. Deirdrickson will take the restart. As I mentioned, the big score lines are something that the Mum FC girls are very used to. A lot of 6-0s, 5-1s, 7-0, of course, last week, as I already mentioned. But just this season, just a spattering of L's on the form line that the side's not used to seeing in recent times. A loss in the opening round to Freo. I was down at that game at Murdoch Uni, and you just felt that it might be a little bump in the road. It might make things difficult with the standards they've set in recent times. The Redbacks have been right up to the task of matching them. Makes every point so crucial. And there was that round 7 loss as well to the Redbacks I mentioned, and then round 11, a shock 1-0 defeat at the hands of Balcatta. And that's what's given our hosts here the chance to go top with a game in hand. That one comes off the head of Wood. Cleared by Thew, and that gives Lamont something to run onto. Montero has to be calm, and was calm enough. It'll be a corner. Just the shouts coming from the bench that the desire from Murdoch is to get Lamont in behind a little more rather than have her coming short. A couple of balls over the top there early on that no one was in position to run onto. With this breeze blowing across the pitch, favouring the end that Murdoch are attacking. Corner for Murdoch comes in. Jukic at the back post, heads across. Hacked clear there by Ridley. Comes back out to the corner taker and she scuffs it just to the left of the near post. Such a dangerous attacking lineup when you look at these names on the Murdoch team sheet. Never a surprise when you see hat-tricks from any one of the likes of Lamont, Stonehill, Jukic, particularly the latter, one of the premier players in this competition. It's a beautiful pass there from the Murdoch captain, Schubert, with the run there of Lahane, who looks down the line for Stonehill. She's muscled off it beautifully by Kim Carroll. Good experience, good body position, and good strength there from the Redbacks number 7. Diedrichsen plays it short for Carroll. Down the line for Dunn, who goes further down the line for Walsh. Back to Dunn, and long ball there, looking for and finding Ridley. She does well to win it in the air, and here's a chance, a good pass through for Walsh. She just can't get past Baxter Thew, who came back and did just enough to unbalance the Redbacks attacker. Long ball looking for Jukic, comes off the back of Dunn. Murdoch throw, Lahane to take. Stonehill down for Jukic. Clips one there, lovely pass there for the runner Lamont. Lamont, nice bit of control with the outside of the right boot. Just under enough pressure there from Grace Montero. Lahane will jog up the line now to take the attacking throw in for Murdoch. Dancing on the ball there, Grace Betty. Can't get past Wood, but wins a throw. As the shadows slowly stretch across Celebration Park, it's been a rainy few days in Perth, and the sun's come out for this one as that header around the corner is to an offside Tia Stonehill. You wouldn't know in the middle of winter and a stormy season if you looked at the skies today. Clear blue skies, not a cloud in sight. It's one of the perks of living in this beautiful city. It's the mistake there. Emily Dunn spent it before she had it. Stonehill takes a quick throw over the top for Jukic. Carroll will send in support of Dunn, who retreats now. Jukic's cross into a good area over the head of Lamont. Back post strike. Just didn't quite catch it the way she wanted there. It was Grace Betty for Murdoch with the shot. Coleman steps around a couple. Finds Ridley in a pocket of space. Ridley has time to turn. Confronted now by Lawrence. Retreats to Coleman. Coleman under immediate pressure gets it onto her captain, Billum. Haven't seen much of her in the early stages, and perhaps just shaking off a little bit of rust still as that one doesn't find a teammate. Lahane will retrieve the ball for a Murdoch throw. Over the head of Stonehill, brought down by Dunn. A free kick going the Redbacks' way. Carroll strolls up to take this set piece for the hosts. 0-0 still here. The early stages of this round 14 fixture. Kim Carroll with the in-swinger right to the penalty spot, headed away from danger in the direction of Jukic. She tries to flick it on, it ends up at her feet. Scrapping for it there, both sides. And the Redbacks will look like they could have come away with it, but the clearance is into the path there of Lamont, who's gone down. Looks like she will be okay. It'll be a Murdoch throw as they send numbers forward. Bit of a gap in here between the lines for Jukic. Time to find Stonehill. Has the support of Gibbons, but looks to get a cross in. Blocked and cleared by Carroll. Walsh. Walsh opposed to Lehane, gives it to Billum, who again loose with possession this time. Not the best start for the Redback captain, although she picks that one off and plays it down the line again, intended for Ridley and not finding a teammate. She looks to come forward and press, make up for another error for the Redbacks captain. Good tracking back there from Wood. Wins possession back for the Redbacks. Coleman. She's been good early in midfield for the Northern Redbacks. Looks for a little 1-2 with her fullback and gets it. Back now to Teixeira. Poor pass this time from Coleman, gives it away. Jukic perhaps saw a chance. Had Didrikson scrambling. I don't know if she got a touch on it or not. It will be a goal kick. Been a good start by the visitors here. Had the ball up the right end of the screen. A good portion of the game. A few balls into the box. Chances that just haven't quite connected yet. Redbacks still yet to really fashion a chance. That one down the line will be cleared by Talia Organ. Carroll now. Ridley. Back for Dunn, who chips one down the line. Looking for Walsh again. She will get there ahead of Schubert. Schubert stands her up and blocks it with her backside all the way back to Stonehill, who looks for the run there of Ellie Lamont. It was a good diagonal run into space. The pass just wasn't quite perfectly directed. Stonehill will have another go. This time it's overhit on the other side. Montero inside for Coleman. Back to Carroll. Finds Walsh. Coleman. Just diving in there was Organ, not getting it, and the Redbacks with a chance here is that good crossfield ball. Walsh retrieves now. 1-2 there between Walsh and Wood. They just weren't singing from the same hymn sheet on that occasion. And Danelle Cornish will take the quick restart for Murdoch. Plays it for Thew. Organ. Jukic making the run down the line. Comes inside for Lamont. Just switching positions there, and Billum forces the error. Sees the goalkeeper off their line. Wonderful from Sean Billum. I'd been saying she hadn't had the best start to a game, but that is as good as it gets. In the NPLW, Sean Billum, a contender for goal of the season, robbed it herself, strode forward. Saw Danelle Cornish just a few yards off her line. Didn't have much space to squeeze it into, in truth. And just thread that through the eye of the needle between the outstretched arm of the Murdoch stopper and the underside of the crossbar. And we have our first goal of the day as things stand. That puts the Redbacks on top of the NPL table. They lead by 1-0 here as Coleman strides forward there, and Walsh just rolls it into her path. Stonehill does well. Almost dispossessed by Coleman, but gets it back. Lehane. Gibbons. Back for Schubert, who looks for Jukic. Carroll steps forward and clears. Well, that is a real captain's goal by Sean Billum. She probably had about 4 or 5 passes, and I don't know if she'd found a target yet in the opening quarter of this game. But then, when she was needed, she's produced a moment of magic as Jukic steps past Montero, rolls it there into the path of Organ, whose shot was blocked. Comes back to Stonehill. Carroll gets across to block that as well. Good response from the visitors. Such a big test when you go behind in these crucial games. How can Murdoch University Melville respond? The challenge has been thrown down by the Redbacks, by their captain. Throw for Jukic. She tries to tow it back there to Rosie Lehane, but you can't take possession. Well read there by Schubert. Headed across the box by Dunn. Ends up falling fortuitously for Carroll, and she rolls it into the path of Corley. For Coleman. And here is the goal scorer, Billum, with a bit of space. Looks to clip a ball there to the run of Wood. She can't get there ahead of Donnell Cornish on this occasion. As Murdoch looks to go the other way. Sadie Lawrence looks to pass Jukic. A retreating Emily Dunn might have been playing her onside. She thought she was off. Wasn't interested in making a play on the ball. Would have been interesting if she had have made a move, whether or not the linesman's flag would have been raised, but it will go down into the we will never know category. Here's Stonehill. Dunn in her back. Looks inside, and Billum again winning back the ball for the Redbacks. Long ball won by Baxter Thew, as she so often does, so strong and good in the air at the back there for Murdoch. Maya Dudrickson will scamper over to field this just outside the penalty area. She returns to the 18-yard box. And the Redbacks start another attack. Ridley did well to shield it from a few white shirts and find Billum. It's a Redback. Look to build another attack from the back. Coleman. Walsh. Wide for Dunn, who will look back to Walsh. Schubert comes out to confront her. Walsh gets the ball in, but cleared by Thew. Dunn. Throw doesn't find a teammate, and Stonehill dropping deep to do her defensive duties. Clears that one out off a Redback and out for a Murdoch throw. Throw was looking for Betty, headed away by her opposite number in Dunn. And the Redbacks pressing high up and winning a throw in an attacking position. Dunn will take. Ridley looking to get a ball into the box. Tried to dribble past here, Stonehill. Was unable to take the ball with her. But the Redback press just keeping Murdoch penned in at the moment. Comes out to Carroll. Carroll drops the shoulder and steps inside Katarina Jukic. Finds Ridley. Ridley for Billum. Back to Jana Ridley. Scrambling across to make the tackle there is Schubert. She's been excellent in this opening half. Catherine Schubert, the Murdoch captain. Not much she could have done about the goal. The ball comes across the box and cleared. Another Redback throw. Good spell of possession here from the hosts. So they look to consolidate this 1-0 lead. Headed on by Billum. Chance for Walsh. She shoots on goal. Caught it reasonably well, but just to the left of the left-hand goalpost and down the end of the cricket nets for Cornish to go on field. Good position to be a cricket keeper there. Picks the ball up and returns to a more natural position. Takes a short restart for Thew. Down the line for Organ, but just not being able to string 3 or 4 passes together here, the visitors. Spillum just a little sloppy in possession there and gave away the free kick after she'd lost it. So Redbacks drop back. The Uni girls push forward, the long ball skims off ahead and into the arms of Deirdrickson. Carroll. Done for Coleman. Coleman just tried to do a little bit too much there. Gave away possession. Murdoch win the free kick. Dangerous area. Stonehill with the set piece for Murdoch. Just floats one up to the back post and over the head of everybody. Deirdrickson will take the restart. Northern Redbacks 1, Murdoch University Melville 0. As we go deep into this first half. A win would put the Redbacks top of the league with a game in hand. They currently have a 1-goal lead, courtesy of their captain on the ball here, Sean Billum. Cooley does really well initially to maintain possession. Gave it away at the end of that run. And another free kick for Murdoch. And this is something that the Redbacks would be well advised to avoid as much as possible. These set pieces, these chances for the likes of Schubert to go forward. Ukic, Lamont in the box. That ball long, the head of Ukic. And that is why you can't give him too many chances, because players of the quality of Ukic don't need too many. She went so close there, that one header just skimming off the crossbar and over. But encouraging signs for the visitors. Certainly would suggest this one is a long, long way from over. Both sides able to score in big numbers, especially our visitors today. Would look to flick it on, missed it completely, but ends up at the feet of Ridley. Back to Billum. Billum drives forward and looks for the run of Walsh. Walsh will just about get there ahead of Thew, but Thew sticks a foot out and may have just done enough to get contact and prevent another really good chance. Lamont stepping inside Corley and crossing that one to the vacant area of the pitch all the way across and out for a Redback's throat. Done. Looking for Walsh. Intervening was Gibbons. But Ridley picked it up and gave it away to Stonehill. Stonehill looking to dribble past a few. Does well to maintain possession and keep the ball in. Ukic flicks on beautifully for Lamont. Lamont with a chance here to equalise. Goes around Deirdrickson and misses unbelievably. Well, shades of Fernando Torres for Chelsea there. You thought it would be harder to miss, and she's done all the hard work there, made the run. Hint of perhaps the ball coming off an arm initially, but regardless, she was through. She went around the keeper, just had to roll it in with the left foot. And somehow the Redbacks net remains unbulged. And the lead still intact. Oh, what a chance. Here's Stonehill. Challenged a little overly vociferously by Emily Dunn there. Stonehill gives Dunn a bit of a shove. Schubert takes that set piece, a good ball looking for Jukic, and a delightful header there from Teixeira. Certainly if it was intended to end up in the hands of Deirdrickson, it was a sensational defensive header. Deirdrickson plays a little 1-2 with Carroll and now finds Coleman. And here's Cawley looking for Montero. Back to Cawley, down the line. Now for Ridley. She's playing a good role today for the Redbacks. Jaina Ridley. Been a good hold up forward. Stonehill flicks that one on for herself to run. Dunn gets over now to confront her. Can't get the cross past Dunn. It comes back for the left foot of Stonehill. This time she opts for the pass for Jukic. Jukic just lets that one off for the run of Lawrence, who aimed to lob one into the far corner. Didn't quite get enough contact on that one to trouble Deirdrickson. Here you go, the Redbacks again. Billum looks to fizz one down the line there for Ridley. A good battle in midfield again. Billum coming out the victor. Finding Ridley, who looked for Walsh, but picked off by Thew. Murdoch can go the other way. Betty skips inside Coleman and gets it back. Wants the run of Stonehill over the top and clips it down the line, just out of the reach of the Murdoch number 9. Took a deflection though, it will be a Murdoch throw. Rosie Lahane jogs down. Throw it onto the head of Jukic, who looks to flick it down the line, but Stonehill wasn't there. It came off a Redback though, last. And they'll get another go at it a few yards further forward. Lahane for Stonehill. Back heel flick looking for Jukic. Comes back to Lahane. She can't get it under her spell. It's out for a Redback throw. Long down the line, doesn't reach Ridley. Murdoch can reload through Thew. Back to Organ. Plays a nice pass into the box for Jukic. Jukic back out to Lamont. Lamont will fire. Comes off the back of a Redback. Don't know how much she knew about it. And back out to Lawrence. Lawrence leaves for Lahane, who curls one onto the penalty spot. Cleared. Coleman gets it at her feet. Has her clearance blocked, but it comes back to Dunn, who finds the feet of Ridley, who again does really well to hold up the ball, wait for support. Not an easy job with Baxter Thew nipping at your heels. Schubert finds Lamont, who does really well to keep her balance and turn. Coleman snapping in midfield. Really good first half from the Redback number 15, Jacinta Coleman. She's been winning everything in midfield, very combative. Lamont, so important that that midfield battle is at least competitive anytime the ball's there against this side, as that one will be offside for Stonehill. You just can't give the midfielders of this Murdoch side any time on the ball, because if they can find a pass, the likes of Lamont and Stonehill with their pace and the quality of Jukic we've mentioned a few times already, just can't give anything in midfield, as that long ball comes out and nearly knocks over our scaffolding here on the touchline. Lahane throws for Jukic, who flicks on the run of Betty. Wide for Stonehill. Stonehill's cross to the front post. Deirdrickson a hand on it. Not enough. And there's the equaliser for Murdoch. Well, I said it's all about how you respond in these top of the table clashes, when you go behind, Murdoch have shown that they are made of stern stuff. It's back to 1-1. And they retake their spot at the summit of the NPLW table. Sadie Lawrence with another goal to go with those two from last week. Deirdrickson will perhaps want to have done better with that one. Got a good hand on it, but just pushed it up to the back post when Sadie Lawrence arrived. And no question what she was going to do with that ball when it came to her. Powered the header into the back of the net. And now with their heads up, Murdoch looking to go forward. Good sliding tackle there from Montero, or I think it was. Gibbons looks inside for Schubert. Back to Thew. Thought about the switch to Lahane. Decided instead to turn and flick one down the line for Lamont. Plays it into the path there, the run of Organ. Organ's cross, looking for Stonehill, headed away by Carroll. Jukic back across the box, headed out by Carroll again. Back to Lawrence, who catches it well. Looking for her second. Good contact with the laces, but just didn't quite get enough swerve there to bring it back inside the left-hand goalpost. Deirdrickson with the goal kick. As the minutes tick down towards half-time. Just the 5 minutes plus stoppage to go. As firing on goal there. This time is Betty, but parried away by Deirdrickson. Walsh. It's a dangerous ball there in that position, as you don't want to surrender possession in that area against Murdoch, against anyone really. They've done well to fight back and win the ball back. Wood can't get a toe on it. Murdoch take over again. Jukic rolls her marker. Plays it for the runner, Betty. Betty looks to smash it back for Jukic. Gets the thumbs up for the idea, not for the execution. Billum down the line for Ridley. Ridley with Thew in her back again. That's a good battle. Keep an eye on that one. Baxter looks to help up a teammate, Lawrence, and scrambles back to put pressure again on Ridley. Slides in and puts in just enough of a challenge to put off the cross. Organ slides across and clears. Well, a first half so far that's delivered everything we'd expect. It's been tough defensively, tough in midfield. A few moments of quality, and Ridley looking to produce another one there. Well marshalled by Lawrence and Thew, and Murdoch will take the restart. Cornish short for Thew again. Down the line for Lamont. She looks to chop inside. Lovely touch. And the Murdoch number 17 wanted the run of Jukic, didn't get it. Teixeira retreats and finds her keeper. Back to Teixeira. Back to Deirdrickson. They decide to let someone else have a touch on the ball. Coleman around the corner. Teixeira looking for Ridley. Cut out by Talia Organ. That one cut out well by Carroll. Lovely flick by Wood there. Walsh couldn't win it. Lahane's ball looking for Jukic. She couldn't rein it in, and it comes across for Montero. Coleman. Murdoch win it back. Thew for Cornish. Thew again. This time it's down the line looking for Organ. Ill-directed Redback throw. Just flicked inside, but only Grace Betty there for Murdoch. She finds her captain, Schubert, who has the run of Stonehill down the line. Looks for Lahane instead, who now tries to find Stonehill, but just couldn't quite wrap her foot around that on the stretch. Well, not long left in this first half now. Long enough, though, for one of these sides to take a lead into the break, if they can find that moment of quality. Walsh couldn't control. Betty takes over. Pass back. Looking for Schubert. Robbed by Ridley. Back for Billam, who's ball down the line. For the runner, Walsh. Walsh was coming inside, though. Would have been interesting had she continued on straight. She looked to be just onside. Lahane with the throw for Murdoch. Looking for Jukic. She's dropping deep now. Headed to the middle of the field by Coleman. Billam onto Teixeira, who lofts one up there to a teammate who does well. Redbacks pressing again. There's been a few spells here in this first half where the hosts have done really well to maintain possession, engage that high press as the cold breeze starts to whip across Celebration Park. Hopefully not bringing too many of those grey clouds with it for the second half. We don't have too good a shelter here. Read none at all. As Montero jogs across to take the throw for the Redbacks. Long down the line for Cooley, who turns it inside. Can't find a target. Stonehill will be interested in this one. Dunn, back for Deirdrickson, who shapes to hit it upfield and then rolls it back to her fullback. Walsh does well to win a throw. Another good battle there. Walsh and Lahane. Good battles all over the pitch, in truth. This is the top level here in Perth and women's football. Dunn finds Ridley. There's Walsh ahead of her. Walsh looking to turn it for Billam, but snapping in there is Jamie Gibbons. Redback throw on halfway. Northern Redbacks 1, Murdoch University Melville 1. So we are as we started. Billam looks to stride away from Betty. Betty just gets in the back of the Redbacks captain. Stephen Knight blows his whistle for the free kick. Perhaps a last chance in this first half for the Redbacks to take the lead. They took the lead earlier through that superb Sean Billam strike from 40 yards out. Baxter-Thew steps forward and clears. Carroll will take on halfway. Clip it down the line there for Dunn, who tries to find Ridley. And Stonehill unable to nutmeg the Redback fullback, but won a throw, and they press it further forward. Lahane, the feet of Jukic. Dunn stands her up and gives her time, though, to turn inside and look for a pass. She was looking there for the run of Betty. Couldn't find it, and Walsh a chance to show her pace opposed to Thew. Thew does really, really well. Absolutely superb from the Murdoch centre half. Just gave everything she could there to keep up with Larissa Walsh, and then when the moment was right, just eased her off it and turned back inside. Is Jukic now for Murdoch looking for Stonehill. Carroll plays it back to Deirdrickson, who's rushed clearances out for another throw. Still time for Murdoch to take the lead. Organ. Jukic back to Organ. Gets a ball into the box. Stonehill was there. Carroll heads away. Billum clears. Cooley heads it on. Walsh beaten to it by Thew. Good turn there from Lamont. Jukic, unbelievable footwork there from the Murdoch number 23. We're used to seeing that. Organ confronted by Montero. Retreats to Lamont. She's got a lot of space here to put a ball into the box. It's a fizzer and it's left of the near post. Not sure what the intention there was from Ellie Lamont. Either way, that wasn't it. Diedrichson gets the Redbacks restarted. Billum looks for Cooley. Out for another throw. It's been a funny first half for the Redbacks captain. A spattering of missed passes and errors combined with one of the goals of the season. Flicked around the corner by Ridley. Chance for Walsh. She'll roll it back to the path of Ridley. Continues her run, Larissa Walsh, but Ridley couldn't get past Sadie Lawrence to get her head up and find a pass. Long ball for Lamont. Comes off her head. She presses Montero, but Montero does well to get it down the line. Billum clipping one for the runner Walsh. Cornish puts a shout on it and comes and claims before looking long down the line for Stonehill. Nudged by Betty. But Stonehill not giving up on it there. Dunn goes to ground and the Murdoch number 9 strides away with the ball. Rolls it for Jukic. Jukic will try and get it back across the box, but Kim Carroll there again. There's a good tenacity there from Tia Stonehill, not allowing Emily Dunn to come away with the ball. Stonehill will take this corner. Not time for much more in the first half here at Celebration Park. Stonehill clips it up to the back post, headed away by Billum. Organ will get there first. Organ wins the throw for Murdoch. There's a competitive flag javelin goes on behind us. Jukic looking for a teammate, comes out to Lawrence in the end. Chance for Gibbons to set her sights on goal. Just inches wide. They have taken a deflection. Signal from Stephen Knight is a corner. Checks his watch. I think signals there to Jacinta Coleman there are 2 minutes left to play. I assume of stoppage time. Stonehill heads over to take another corner. Knotted at 1. Murdoch looking for their 10th win of the season and to go 5 points clear. They do get it into the box. Lawrence looks to turn. She can't. Comes back out for Organ, who fires on goal. Diedrichson has to get creative there. Punch it away down the line. Billum opposed to Jukic, and a rare lapse from the Murdoch goal scorer. And the final whistle there from Stephen Knight means we are knotted at 1-1. Round 14, top of the table action here between the Redbacks and Murdoch University Melville. Scoring kicked off with a moment of magic from Sean Billum, who'd had a errant opening 15 minutes until she won possession in midfield, spotted Donnell Cornish off her line. I say off her line, she wasn't far off. And she squeezed the ball between hand and crossbar for the opener. And then it was a Murdoch University Melville reply from Sadie Lawrence. The ball into the box. not quite dealt with by Deirdrickson, parried up in the air, and Lawrence arrived to power the header home. We will be back for the second half. As it stands, it is the Redbacks 1, Murdoch 1.
Well, we thought having 17, having the right
It's freezing.
Oh, probably not allowed to. Are you guys doing all right? Yeah, not too bad. Doing the best of what we can. Yeah. How are you going, Steve?
Thank you. Excellent. Excuse me, any substitutions?
No. Thank you. No. We're all good.
Excuse me, Redbacks, any substitutions? You coming up?
So have you got enough height there for seeing the whole of the pitch?
Yeah.
Who's coming
You're
up?
okay, just sort of 1.5 metres up, yeah?
Okay.
Well, the higher the better, but
I the better pretty much, but I can't see whole pitch now. Maybe I can see maybe that width, probably 20 meters right, 20 meters left. That's all I can see from this position.
Thank you. But just fine. Thank you.
Well, the higher the better, obviously.
Stephen, 18 off, was it?
18 off and 6 on for Redbacks.
Thank you.
What do you reckon?
Clouds are coming.
But not the next 45 minutes.
No.
Definitely not.
And welcome back to Celebration Park in Balga, where we are level at 1, top of the table action. The Northern Redbacks hosting Murdoch University Melville. The winner will go top. If it stays as is, Murdoch will hold on to their lead momentarily, though the Redbacks will have a game in hand, so it will still be in their hands to go top of the table as Katarina Jukic gets us kicked off for Murdoch University. Melville attacking the left of screen in their white shirt, blue shorts. Thanks for joining us wherever you're watching on the Facebook or YouTube live streams. I'm Sean Fry. I'll be calling the remainder of the action here for the second 45 as Sean Billum, scorer of the opening goal for the Redbacks, looks to set them away. That ball looking there for the run of Walsh. A few good battles all over the pitch, really, in that first half. Lehane and Walsh was a good one. Stonehill and Dunn. As Lamont looks to get on the ball, but a lunge there from Montero denies her possession. Billum looks there for the runner, Walsh. She takes a touch around Cornish, but can't get a finishing touch to produce a shot on goal. Pressure from Baxter Thew was just enough. Her battle in the first half with Jonah Ridley was enthralling to watch as well. There's two players with good strength and positioning. Lamont, lovely turn there on Montero. Getting across to help out her teammate there was Teixeira. Carroll down the line, cleared by Jukic. And Montero picks up a free kick as Lamont just straddles her. Coleman towing it there into the runner, Walsh. Lehane in the back of her, so retreats back to Coleman. A good interception there by Gibbons. She's got Jukic. Jukic one-on-one with Carroll. Goes inside. The Redbacks centre half, and just a little bubble there on the Celebration Park pitch. Causes a rare spray from Katarina Jukic, well wide and high. The Redbacks goal. Deirdrickson with the restart. I mentioned in the first half, Murdoch's season, complete with the spatterings of goals that they are used to. But just a few more losses than we've grown accustomed. The Redback season has been close to flawless, just the one loss to Balcatta. Draw with the NTC and a draw with Curtin, and otherwise it's been all wins. That draw with Curtin they may look back on as very disappointing in the race for the title, as Stonehill opposed there with Dunn, but Dunn just waits her time and sticks out a foot, makes the tackle. As I was just saying, that Curtin sitting down second from bottom without a win, managed to take a point off the Redbacks. It's back in round 12. That was the main blemish. That draw with the NTC, any side can draw with them really. They're a hot and cold side that can really be on when they want to be, as Ridley's got a chance with no other Redbacks in the half. A few approaching now. She looks to turn back. Rolls back for Coleman. For Walsh. Back for Ridley. Ridley does well to keep the ball in. Her cross cleared there by Gibbons. There was one half-time substitute I forgot to inform you of, as Georgia Cooley makes way for Carla Bennett, who was arriving there at the back post, hoping for a longer cross. Billum gives it away again. Hasn't been her best day in terms of passing and creating and finding teammates. But that one moment of magic in the first half was more than you could ask for from your captain, as that ball back for Walsh. She was crunched as she shot. Comes back out to Coleman. Thew can't stick a tackle. Comes back for Walsh, who fires on goal and directly at Danelle Cornish either side, and could have been a different story. Cornish looks long, finds Stonehill. Dunn wearing her as she has all through the first half. It's been a real good battle. I mentioned that a few times, but it really has been neither player taking a backward step. A good pass there from Wood for the run again of Larissa Walsh. She's getting involved early in this second half, but the shot was scuffed as she slipped. Yet to see much of the substitute, Carla Bennett. They do have a strong bench. The Redbacks, Kontinabali, Mothan, Leota, Kuyendone, their other substitute, remaining on the bench. Charlie Wainwright and Zara Board, Molly Bolton, Samantha Mathers and Mariana Tabane, scorer last week, all waiting to see if they'll get their chance. Coleman. Lamont does really well, but then gives it away back to Coleman. Organ looks to win it back, but Coleman comes away with it. First real bit of action for Bennett was that cross that ends at the feet of the captain. Sean Billham's left foot shot, high and wide. Still a long way to go in the season after today. That Murdoch, the only side with 12 games played. As I mentioned, they were the only side to get their round 13 game in before another snap COVID lockdown. And they're glad they got it in, a 7-0 win against Curtin, the same Curtin side that, as I mentioned, took a couple of points off the Redbacks the week before. As Coleman finds Billham, who looks to tow it into the path of Walsh, but doesn't quite get the contact she wanted.
They're really high. If you get it, just play LM beyond. You've 50 yards to run onto. Stay level with the last line, Ellie, when it comes out.
The Redbacks with 11 games played. That game in hand I've mentioned a few times.
Katie, get it!
A 21 game season, so we're about just under 2/3 of the way through the season at the conclusion of this game, as sloppy pass gives Billham possession. Her shot ricochets back to Coleman. Walsh plays a little 1-2 with her skipper, looks to get a cross in. That's blocked by Lahane, and Murdoch can clear down the line for Stonehill. Again, right in her back is Emily Dunn, and wins possession once more. To put a bit of pressure on there and forces the turnover. It's been the reason it's been so enticing watching those two, is when Stonehill gives the ball away or when Dunn gives the ball away, they're both the first one to get back and try and make amends. Not quite sure how Sadie Lawrence made that one stick. It's a beautiful touch from the Murdoch midfielder. Fizzed at her at a rate of knots. The long ball over the top wasn't as good. Carroll now for Dunn. Stonehill approaches her. She looks down the line for Walsh. Lahane gets there first, and back to Carroll, who heads it back to Deirdrickson, who claims after a moment of confusion. Looking there for Montero. Jukic put the pressure on, put a toe in there on Teixeira, and won it back. Jukic dribbles past both Teixeira and Montero, and then leaves it for Lamont, who shrugs off a challenge and fires on goal for a sprawling save from Maya Deirdrickson. Deirdrickson looks long. I think she was looking longer than Wood, but mishit her clearance a little. Bennett looked to get there ahead of Organ, didn't quite time it. Coleman for Walsh. Chance for Ridley. And again, a strike directly at Danelle Cornish. She's had a couple of saves, but they've both been pretty comfortable in this second half. Decent chances from decent areas on both strikes from the Redbacks, but just not managing to find the corner of Danelle Cornish's goal. Jukic looks to skip around the defender and wins a throw. There will be a second substitution for the Redbacks. Renee Leota warms up and ready to come on. As Jukic finds Lawrence, who looks diagonally across the pitch. Splits the difference between Organ and Lamont. Murdoch win the throw. And the substitution will happen now. Leota to replace Olivia Wood. I did mention earlier the strength of the Redback bench. Renee Leota jogging on and taking up position, centre forward. So Morgan throws it in for Betty. He clips it around there. It just sits on the back of Stonehill, who strides away from a few. Chance to get a shot on target. She does get it on target, but really should have put it either side of the Redback goalkeeper. And that one bounces over the head of Ridley. Organs throw down the line looking for Jukic. Headed away. Good challenge there from Jamie Gibbons, but the Redbacks get the throw. Leota's first involvement. She finds her captain, and the Redbacks cycle the ball around through in midfield, but before Ridley gives it away, Lawrence taking over for Murdoch. Cornish finds Thew. Thew's left foot pass down the line. I think it was intended for Lamont, but Jukic nipped in and took possession. And then kills a pass for Gibbons, who cushions it down well for the run of Grace Betty. Cleared by Dunn. Cushioned down beautifully by Catherine Schubert. How good is that from the centre half? A touch of a striker. Looks long now in the direction of Lamont. She chests it down well. Has to retreat out of the 18-yard box. And plays a pass for Organ. Leota looking to put a bit of pressure on. Doesn't get there. And Billum puts a foot in and robs it. Ridley, chance to stream the other way. Walsh making a run. It ricochets off the retreating Sadie Lawrence. Fantastic tracking back there from the Murdoch goal scorer. The score still 1-1. Murdoch still top of the league as things stand. But a goal here would, either way, would just be massive for Murdoch to go 5 points clear. Or for Redbacks to go top with an extra game to play. Here's Ridley going a little easily past three Murdoch defenders. Then squaring it for the substitute who fires on goal there, Carla Bennett. But again, straight at the keeper. There's been a few of those in this second half. 3 or 4 good chances that have all been hit directly at the keeper. 3 of them down at Danelle Cornish, but up the other end, Tia Stonehill with a good chance for Murdoch as well moments ago. Very difficult to pick a winner here today. It has been a tight, combative midfield battle. Murdoch on the ball now through Betty. She loses possession. Coleman mops up ahead of Stonehill. Back for Emily Dunn. Finds Bennett. Coleman. For Walsh down the line. Just wide of her, and Murdoch take over again. Baxter looks long. Chested down by Billum. Ridley rolls a beautiful ball there for the run of the substitute, Renee Leota. Chance for her to get a shot on goal, and she does get a cross or a shot. Not sure which it was, but in the end she split the difference between the rampaging Larissa Walsh on the far left wing and the left-hand goal post. Murdoch breathed a sigh of relief. Both sides holding a point as it stands. 1 goal each. Billam and Lawrence, the scorers in the first half. No goals yet in the second. As we tick into the final half an hour of this one. That ball looking for Jukic. Misjudged there by the Redbacks defender to share up. Few will take the restart for Murdoch. She looks long towards Jukic, it clears her, and all the way through for Lamont, who gets a strike on goal, and Diedrichsen dives to save. Rolls it into the feet there of Coleman. A lot of trust there in her midfielder, the Redbacks keeper. She is up to the challenge. Just into Coleman, but the press from Murdoch forces a turnover. Organ with the throw. Hint of a foul throw there, but Jukic, but referee allows play to go, and here's that. Another good physical battle. I thought it was Ridley v Thew again. This time it was Leota. Just getting a bit too physical there, the Murdoch centre half, for the liking of the referee. Teixeira looks long. Comes down for Coleman. Bennett can't rein it in. Coleman will retrieve. Looking for Walsh. Lahane does her best to intervene, but the Redbacks still on the ball through Billam. A little wide of Coleman, but her touch was enough to slow it down, enough to prevent it from crossing the line. She finds Bennett, who's ball into the box there. Finds Ridley. She couldn't get a clean strike on it. And Organ will come away. Lamont is on the charge. She is down the left wing. The ball's run a little long for her to get a good chance on goal. Skips past the defender, but too strong of a touch. Diedrichsen raced out to mop that one up. Throws it out for Billam. Billam again. Bennett looking for the run there of Ridley. Baxter Thew will get there first, but a little lazy with the effort. It comes back for Leota, strikes off the crossbar. So close to going ahead, and there's a decision for the referee, and it's a penalty. It is a clear penalty. It's unfortunate, but the run there of Larissa Walsh just got there before the lunge of the defender. Baxter Thew will go over and make the Murdoch case, but the decision's been made. A big chance here for the Redbacks to take the lead. On first view, it looked a penalty. These things will always be contentious. Kim Carroll, the Redback centre half, will step forward, opposed to Danelle Cornish. She will fire, she will score, and the Redbacks will retake the lead. Well, I didn't catch who the challenge was by from the Murdoch defender, but it was Larissa Walsh just getting there. The challenge on her is what resulted in the spot kick. And it is now the Northern Redbacks 2, Murdoch University Melville 1. The reverse fixture was a 3-1 victory for the Northern Redbacks. Still plenty of time left in this one to emulate that scoreline, or for the Murdoch to equalise, of course. Plenty of time for them to take the lead. Organ looks to whip a ball in. It comes all the way to the back for Lawrence. She's got one. Will she look for a second? Just can't quite get past Grace Montero. the ball out, smacked into her. And out for a Murdoch corner. I've had several of these set pieces throughout the game, the visitors. Yet to really make much of any of them. Stonehill has taken the majority and she will take this one as well. A bit of action on the Murdoch bench as Charlie Wainwright and Samantha Mathers warm up. Stonehill gives the signal and then curls one to the back post. Over the head of Billum. Cleared by Carroll. Gibbons got there, but comes back out to Organ, who fashions a left foot shot. Side-footed up in the air and comfortably claimed by Deirdrickson, who just gives a little calm down to the girls in red. Chaotic couple of minutes with balls ricocheting everywhere, and Redbacks with the lead. Just wanting to calm things down. Bennett looks there for the runner, Walsh. Clearance from Schubert. Can't be retrieved by Lehane, and it will be a Redback throw. Leota skipped around Lehane, but the touch was heavy. Cornish will get us restarted. Let's see. Murdoch University Melville side will make their first change off the game. Samantha Mathers replacing Ellie Lamont. I think Charlie Wainwright was preparing to replace someone here. A call was out there to Grace Betty to see if she was okay to continue. She is. Schubert down the line for Stonehill. Once again, Stonehill and Dunn do battle. Stonehill looks to turn her, but can't get the better of the Redback fullback. Schubert striding forward. Clearance only to her opposing centre half, but winning the ball there in midfield is Lawrence with a bit of space. Finds Organ, who turns it around the corner for Jukic. Jukic with a spin and a turn. Couldn't take the ball with her, and Billum has a ton of space. Acres in front of her to run into. The Redbacks captain has plenty of time to pick out a run. Walsh makes the diagonal run in front of her. Beautiful pass from the Redback skipper. Drop back for Leota. Baxter Thew in the way. And that is a warning sign for the visitors here. Sean Billum picking the ball up with 50 metres in front of her to run into. Unmarked, unchecked. She can produce passes like that. Gibbons gets there ahead of Leota, who offers a hand of apology. Charlie Wainwright will now make her way onto the field. Talia Organ will be making way. Mariana Tabane looks like she will also be coming on. Slightly surprising substitution there as Katarina Jukic makes way. Jukic fuming as she comes off about that penalty decision. The question seems to be whether or not the contact was in the area or not, which from over here obviously impossible for us to tell. Referee and linesman always in the best position, so we'll go with their judgment. As that one comes out for Mathers, her first involvement. Likewise, around the corner for Mathers. Comes back out just wide of Betty, and a foul there for Charlie Wainwright's first involvement. Just getting into the back of Sean Billum. 25 minutes played in the second half. Northern Redbacks 2, Murdoch University Melville 1. Kim Carroll giving the Redbacks the lead from the spot after Larissa Walsh was fouled. Some speculation over whether it was inside or outside the area. The penalty was given and she made no mistake from the spot. Few looking to take on Leota, perhaps ill-advised there, but she gets away with it. Betty takes a touch and it's the curl one for the runner Stonehill. Carroll will get there well ahead of the Murdoch attacker. And Coleman will just shepherd the ball over the line after Olivia Wood, the substitute, Charlie Wainwright it was. It's taken me to the second half there to look at the wrong team sheet when I've called her name. It's personal record. Sadie Lawrence nipping in there ahead of Billam, but then giving it away. Billam rolls it for Bennett, and Bennett's got a bit of space. Walsh wide, finds her now. Bennett continues her run. Walsh's pass takes a deflection, and Danelle Cornish is wise to that. Comes out to claim. Coleman steps in to head Cornish's clearance all the way back down to the touchline. Mahane with it now on the far side for Stonehill. Stonehill v Dunn, round 5. Dunn gets the better of her again. And Coleman just rolls away there and plays it calmly back to her centre half, and the Redbacks can reload. Ridley was making the diagonal run for Bennett. She opted to go wide instead. Dunn getting forward, dropping it back. Good dummy there from Coleman. Comes inside for a captain in Billam. Walsh bounces it back to Bennett, who fizzes a shot harmlessly across the goal. Cornish comes short for Thews. Left foot curler down the line is well directed. Montero can't clear, gives it away to Betty, but Betty in turn gives it away to Teixeira, who's stepped forward to make the tackle there. Good work from the Redbacks diminutive centre half. Stew will retreat. Leota gets back to oppose her, gets a toe in. She's caused a few problems since she's come on, Renee Leota. Mathers to take the throw. Betty, little back heel for Charlie Wainwright, the substitute. Fresh legs can run. Skips past Montero. Teixeira will come out to confront her now. She spreads it inside. Stonehill fires when perhaps she could have passed and released. The run of Sadie Lawrence, she just ignored that, and really no defenders out there, 2-on-1. The overload you thought would be the better option. Certainly with the strike that accompanied it anyway. Redback throw. Quarter of an hour plus however much time Stephen Knight wishes to add for injuries and stoppages. Bennett out on her left foot, closed down by Lawrence. Sadie Lawrence does well. It's a hold off Carla Bennett and then has to clear, who Bennett doing well there not to give away a foul as Lawrence retreated away from goal. So often there you see forwards just press a little too hard and get in the back of their opponents and give away the foul. Bennett was smart enough not to do that. Here's Walsh. Stonehill stepping in. The last touch came off a Redback. Murdoch throw. Wainwright offers an option down the line. Goes over her head now for looking for Tabane. Off a Murdoch player and Redback throw. Dunn takes, comes back out to Dunn. Referee's pulled out a free kick there for the visitors. Schubert takes for Murdoch. Long ball down the line. Dunn reads it best. Back for Walsh. Lawrence looked to get a foot in. The Redbacks maintain possession. Billum doesn't like any of the options ahead of her. Comes back for Teixeira, whose pass was intercepted partially. And a marauding run there from Samantha Mathers. Takes past the tackler, but Murdoch surrender possession and Bennett can go the other way. Billum and Leota got in each other's way there. And the Walsh pass couldn't find either of them, but the Redbacks will have a throw. Bennett to turn it around for Walsh. Ends up with Walsh. Fizzes it in for Ridley. The flag was up. The referee offering an apology. We all make mistakes. I think all the players that have scuffed shots wide could attest to that. Hope you're not picking up any of the language from the Murdoch bench there. Betty slips on that ball and Billum comes away with it. Billum gives the ball away but wins it back again. That ball intended for Leota, picked off by Thew. Thew's ball down the line. The foul given. And Stephen Knight will come and have a word with the Murdoch coach, and it's probably about time. It's not what we want to see in the any level of football, this kind of abuse for referees. So I'm with you, Stephen Knight. And there is the card. Just pathetic. Let the man referee the game. Thew will take the free kick. Long over the head there of Wainwright. Comes back for Billum. Heads on towards Walsh. Lawrence comes inside beautifully and fires. Left foot shot on goal, just over the crossbar. Diedrichson will restart with a goal kick for the Redbacks. Currently leading 2-1. As we head towards the final 10 minutes of this one, Cornish is out quickly to clear. Dunn clips down the line for Bennett. Wainwright attempts to put the tackle on, but Bennett comes away with it. Looking for the run of Ridley. Cornish took it quickly, took it well. Mathers looks inside for Wainwright, who looked to go back to Mathers, or even further afield it was, to Betty. Beautiful ball from Betty there, well read by Teixeira. Clipped out to Montero. Out for a Murdoch throw. Billum with a little shove there. And a free kick going the way of Murdoch. Very dangerous area here. Tabane to take the free kick, the substitute. What can she conjure up here for Murdoch? The search of an equaliser that will put them back on top. Tabane goes direct on goal. palmed over the top by Deirdrickson. Decent enough effort there from the Murdoch substitute. Stonehill over to take another set piece for Murdoch. Cross in, a little shove there from the Sadie Lawrence. Got away with that one, but rolls all the way over the back. Redbacks will come away. Billum, beautiful ball for the runner Walsh. No Redbacks ahead of her, a couple of white shirts, and Lawrence getting back. She's done that a few times today. Superb tracking from the Murdoch midfielder to go along with her goal. Dunn to take the throw in. Cleared down the line by Schubert for Stonehill. Looks further down the line for Tabane. Throw in was aimed for the runner Betty and cleared. Lahane. For Carroll. Headed down well by Schubert. Thuzath going to have to be quick. Leota was arriving rapidly. Got a foot in there. It's under 10 minutes left in this one. Throw down the line and the roll and turn is good from Betty, but the pass wasn't. Carroll stepped forward to clear. Mathers will have another go. Leota gets an intervention on the throw from Mathers. Coleman looks to hold off her opponent and wins a free kick for Redbacks. Teixeira will jog over to take a set piece long down the line. Billum picks it up at ground level and then hits it out off of Jamie Gibbons. Referee unsided for that one. Definitely did come off Jamie Gibbons, but neither referee or linesman in a good position to see that one, so understandable error. Another Murdoch throw. Throw down the line there by Mathers. Comes back out to Betty. Betty battles for it. Does well to skip away from Leota. Challenge from Montero in the end. Concedes another throw. Murdoch, plenty of possession in the last 15 minutes. Yet to create a real clear-cut chance as Bennett plays with the runner Ridley. Cornish starting position was very high. Perhaps cost her on the opening goal, but certainly helped her out there. Thew heads it back down for Lawrence. Goes back to Thew. And Schubert, under pressure, takes a good touch past Larissa Walsh, who never gave up the ghost, and the ball with Lahane now. Stonehill, chance to get a ball in. She does get a ball in. Too close to Deirdrickson. Ridley unable to keep that one in. The poor first touch. Here's Wainwright. Back for Mathers. Pressured by Ridley. And the Redbacks win it over. Leota. Bennett. Back for Leota. Walsh ahead of her. Walsh looked to return the ball, but Schubert clears for Murdoch. Redbacks looking to apply a bit of pressure now. Coleman steps inside Wainwright, finds Leota. Back to Coleman, who comes back inside for a skipper. Leota did well to get a toe on it, but long ball over the top. Has Betty interested? And scrambling back there was Grace Montero to effect the clearance. Just a handful of minutes left. As things stand, the Northern Redbacks will go top. Murdoch still with time to redress the balance. Ball in, headed away there importantly by Carroll. Walsh will scramble back. The winger, sensational stuff there from the Redbacks number 3. Track all the way back and get that clearance down the line. Leota wasn't quite able to get there. Comes in, ricochets there off Teixeira and Carroll. Back to Teixeira, who clears. Hooked up into the air onto the head of Deirdrickson. Has to stay composed and was. Thrown out there to the feet of Ridley, who loses out on this occasion. Mathers can't get it past Bennett. Turns and retreats for rolling it out there for Montero. And Ridley can't make that stick. Mathers. Ridley flicks on. Thew gives it to Bennett again. Thew driving in. Billam putting in a tackle. Thew ends up on the deck, but Murdoch still have the ball. And Grace Betty was just a fraction offside. Well, the flag was up, and the referee didn't blow the whistle. He obviously had a good view of that and thought that the runner was onside. That's why the old adage that you learn when you're a kid, play to the whistle. All the players had stopped. Schubert. Lawrence lets it run for Lehane. Lehane, ball in, over Stonehill, arriving there and scoring wonderfully is Mariana Tabane for the second week in a row. There is the equaliser, Murdoch back on top. Lovely cross from out on the right there from Rosie Lehane. And Mariana Tabane off the bench, onto the score sheet. Redbacks 2, Murdoch 2. This is the game that has lived up to expectations at the top of the table. Well, they've kept going both times they've gone behind. Carried on fighting. And that is the sign of champions. This title battle still has a long way to run. But how important will that goal be from Tabane? Stonehill for the goal scorer. Stonehill gets it back again. Wainwright. She's got Betty. Can Murdoch go one further and pick out a winner here? Betty. Looking for Gibbons, who turns, but ball was running a little too strongly. Ridley came in. Gave it to Billam. Bennett goes forward. Walsh was making the run, but Lehane got there first and cleared. It'll be a Redback throw. Still time for them to get the lead back again. Still time for Murdoch to take their first lead of the day. It is a heavyweight battle that's lived up to the billing. Leota takes a couple of touches, steps inside, can't keep her feet. She rolls it. Ball there for Walsh. Cornish for Murdoch. Long ball, bounces in front of everyone. Betty just nudges her opponent out and looks to get one there for Tabane. As Lawrence nips in, wins possession. Rolls it down the line for Tabane, but ill-directed and over. Redback throw as we head into stoppage time. Redbacks 2, Murdoch 2. A goal each in each half. Who can find the winner, if anyone? Tabane opposed to Teixeira. The ladder clears. Mathers with the throw. Flicked around the corner there from Tabine. Betty with a chance. In for Stonehill. She cushions it for Lawrence, looking for her second goal of the game, but she scuffs it straight at Diedrichsen. Chested down there from Schubert. And chested back to her by Walsh. Lawrence clears. Another Redbacks throw. Walsh rolls away from Lehane and finds Billam. Billam clips one over the top for Ridley, and Cornish again out nice and early. Claiming and clearing long and high onto the head of Wainwright. Billam wins the header, but brought down by Tabine. Betty. Back to Gibbons. Lawrence. Lehane. Lehane clips one in direction of Stonehill. Carroll's there first. Bennett at ground level. The Redbacks looking to muster perhaps one more good chance to win this game. It really does feel like a next goal wins as the minutes tick down, the seconds tick down, and there is the final whistle from Stephen Knight. As I said earlier, a heavyweight clash that delivered on expectations. It was end to end. There were goals. There was quality defending on both sides. And in the end, the honours are shared. It started in the first half. Sean Billam, after a slow start personally, popped up to win possession in midfield and fire from a good 40 yards out. Danelle Cornish slightly off her line. And the ball cleared her outstretched fingertips for the opener. That was to be cancelled out by a Sadie Lawrence header later in the first half. Honours shared 1-1 at half-time, as they are at full-time. And going into the second half, it was a penalty, contentious penalty, perhaps for some. The decision was that the contact was inside the area. It was the run there of Larissa Walsh causing the foul and the spot kick. She tumbled out of the area, but the first contact is what matters, and the linesman had the better view than us, and that allowed Kim Carroll to step up and smash home for the second for the Redbacks. They took the lead, but that wasn't to be, as substitute Mariana Tabane scored again after scoring last week and just popped up, powered a header home. Beautiful cross it was from the overlapping run from the Murdoch fullback, Rosie Lehane, in for the injured Poppy Hooks. And that would be all the scoring. This title battle will roll on. Murdoch still 2 points clear. Redbacks still with the game in hand. I've been Sean Fry. I hope you've enjoyed the call. We'll see you back on the Football West live stream next weekend. The final score here today at Celebration Park. Redbacks 2, Murdoch 2.
To be announced?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday, the cup game.
Yeah.
You'll be
I'll be
announced,
there.
yeah. Probably I'll be there. I'm not sure.
I think Marianne told me he'll be there.
Are they going to be commentated again?
I'm not sure whether Neil said they'll split commentary and emceeing duties. So there will be someone doing it.
Yeah, I know. They do it every year.
Whether it'll be both of us or one of us will.